you know, this is a very early painting. Now, why don't you hand me that other one, plate girl?
This one?
Yeah.
Mr. Larson?
We'll let that one fall. These are very early works I did in high school, and they were heavily influenced by psychedelics. And what is interesting about this, Chuck, is that it's all so natural, you know. And I think it's something that you can relate to.
Yeah.
Should we see another one?
Yeah. See, I'd like to see some more pictures that you did in high school. That you did.
These are very early paintings, and if it wasn't for you and your show, these wouldn't be seen by anybody. And I'm glad that you've asked me to show these.
Yeah, I'm glad you're on the show.
These are very strange paintings, and I don't think that they're important in any way, but I think that substantially they're water damaged.
Yeah.
You know how that happens. These are very early works. I'm going to get to my later stuff. You can't break these because they're made out of cardboard. Now we have one here that I believe is based on Aldous Huxley's theory. You're familiar with that, right?
Yeah, sure.
This is the doors of perception and the doors of the high school, and, you know, the keys of sanity.
What's behind the door there where that man is standing there?
Well, Chuck, you know, this is like a pancreas. That's like a human vital organ. And it's flying in the sky here, and the man is like behind the door, which could be a confessional. But it's very elitist technology, intellectualism, so to speak. You know all about that, don't you?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So let's see another one.
Excuse me. A lot of your paintings, do you get any money as far as your paintings go, as far as, do they get shipped out of the state of Wisconsin as far as when you're done with your paintings? And do you get any profit off your paintings also?
That's a good question, Chuck, because the things that we're showing now, the articles, these really date back to when I was in high school. So what we're dealing with is very primordial youth fear. And I think you wrote the book on that, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about. The man with the eyeball in his hands, removing it from his head. And actually, this is not a great painting, but it's got some dynamic, spiritual, teenage angst to it. Let's see another one. Well, let's run through this early stuff quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Is everybody seeing these pictures? Well, can you see these pictures, ladies and gentlemen, as far as on TV?
Well, this one here.
What is this act here?
Well, Chuck, I think it's basically something that I wasn't aware of when I was doing it. You know, we've got the basic penetration and the biscuit, you know, and we've also got Irwin Wallin, who was a spiritual figure in Watertown, Wisconsin.
Yeah, right.
And his death notice, and what we're going through right now here is like something that's very Watertown. You know, Irwin Wallin, sexuality, something that he probably carried to his grave.
Sure.
Let's have another one. Now this one I'm somewhat proud of. I think this will be our next album cover, Chuck. You know, I think it'd be ignorant of us to hide from the audience that we're in a rock band, you and I, right? And this one is very hip, very psychic, and in fact, I think it communicates to every level. I think it would be a PG rating if we made a movie about this. What do you think?
Yeah, it would be PG.
So let's have another one. Now these are very early. We're talking high school material. Now this
Poppy is our plate lady tonight, and she's very beautiful.
Now this one has particular interest for me because I was in high school when I did this, as I was with most of these. And this one here with the dead dog on the beach and the man viewing it, I was in the high school office one day. I skipped school, as you know all about that.
Yeah, I did it a couple of times, yeah.
And the principal came up and he said, "I seen your oil paintings." He said, "What's good for the dog is good for the gander." And I thought, my God, is that what it means? You know. Now this is probably the most important of the early stuff that I'm going to show tonight, because basically it has a alien simpatico
Mm-hmm.
You know, something that is
that,
so
yeah.
far removed from you or me. You know, this would end. You know, my early stuff. And I think we should get to my later stuff.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I've always been a kid at heart. You know.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
And I saw your first movie, and I know you understand where I'm talking about.
Yeah, I understand.
So what we're talking about is like motivation. You know, we're talking about like getting back to the childhood state. And this is basically what I'm talking about. We're talking about an automobile, you know, driving on Mars or something.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on Mars?
No.
You're kidding me.
It's like the space shuttle being on the moon, you know.
Let's
Whatever.
Okay, well, this one is very nice painting. I like it a lot, and it's not wrench. Right?
Yeah. Great.
Okay, we have
now,
another
what's
one.
this?
Okay, it's the same motif. It's a craft flying above Mars.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the craft, and I think right in this window here, could you come over here? Just get up a bit. Don't lose your mic.
Whoops. I stepped in it.
Okay, no, that's fine. You can see it. Okay, right here, Chuck. You see that? The window there?
Yeah.
That's you.
Oh,
Right?
yeah?
That's the Dada-loco spacecraft.
Oh, I see.
You know? Okay, let's have another one.
Hope you, ladies and gentlemen, didn't see him breaking his plate on the floor.
Chuck,
here.
that's part of the budget.
Oh, that's part of the
Okay, here's another one here, and this is a spacecraft similar to the one we rode in on Mars.
Yeah.
And this one is going up towards Venus, and I think it's very succinct what it's talking about. And we have the red spacecraft and the black background and the brown moon.
Mm-hmm.
And when I painted this, I really thought, like, how does a child think, you know? And then I thought of you, you know? You understand?
Yes, sir, I understand. Yes. Okay, we're going to take a little commercial break right now. And we'll be right back. Don't go away.
See them as they make their metal muffins. See them as they make their little piles. Making their prairie canaries very clean. There's a cute little cow named Bessie. She's in love with Elmer over there. Sitting in a pile sort of messy. And there's so many flies in the air.
Okay, welcome back after station break. My name is Chuck Johnson, and welcome to the Wisconsin Chuck Johnson Show. With me again is Mr. Del Laszlo, and with me also...
We're talking fashion show now, Chuck.
We're talking, oh, your fashion show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, with me also tonight as my guest is Mr. Jack Sweeney.
We're talking T-shirt fashion, something
Yeah,
that's very,
t-shirt.
very hot in a hot summer.
Right.
And this is the first one here. This is a fantastic Dada-loco motif. And Jack, if you can walk over here and change into the next one, I'll show something over here. Now, this is something I'm into, the Egyptology of Dada. You know, Dada is something that nobody will ever understand, but I kind of like to think that I understand it. And this thing is something that's true to my heart. While Jack changes his shirt, and we're going to show something else here. This is an idea for a animated children's show, which possibly might be utilized in the next season on Channel 24. We're talking not Humphrey Bogart. We're not talking Masters of the Universe. We're talking obscure, obtuse figures talking to each other. And we've got this here. Crime T-shirt, somebody who's not afraid to admit they're a criminal. And I don't think Jack's got a record at all. You got 100 records. A lot of Bob Dylan records.
I got a lot of
Okay,
records.
now Jack will go and change that shirt. But this should be on your Saturday morning schedule. Now we've got something here, a falling victim. You know, something that is really akin to what we're doing here. And this guy is something I think is the basic Johannsen-esque motif, don't you think?
Can I see that,
Yeah.
Mr. Laszlo?
I think we can show you this, Chuck. Don't you
Okay,
think
that's
you can
fine.
relate to that?
Well, breaking somebody's neck, I mean, yeah. Or fighting with somebody.
Okay,
yes.
we get another shirt over here. Now this is the Radio City thing that I did for a rock and roller named Mike Frost, who I think he's deceased now, but okay, Jack?
Hasn't died yet.
Not yet. Okay, now we got something else. This is a portrait of Mike Frost. Something that when he experimented with Mexican drugs, was it?
Yeah.
What was
It
it?
looks like a girlfriend. I had on.
Acromegalia?
Yeah, it looks like a girlfriend I had on the other night.
So let's talk for a while. Enough of my paintings.
Oh,
you know.
okay.